Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat. We're going to do something a little different today. I just felt like watercoloring. I don't really know why. And I'm going to preface this by saying I am not an expert. I'm not giving you advice. I'm just, I just want to play around with some watercolors. My inspiration is these little houses, but they're so tiny. So I wanted bigger ones. So I thought it'd be fun to, try to, kind of watercolor them. I'm just gonna sort of watercolor some color in the background and then use pens to do the rest of it, but that's my inspiration. So I'm gonna be kind of looking at those to help with maybe shapes or something. But like I said, I'm not an expert and I'm not professing to be at all. So I just wanted to play with watercolors, basically is what it comes down to today. And I know you should have this taped all the way around, but I just taped this much and I'm just going with that. Again, don't do what I do. If you really want to watch people that know what they're doing, there are definitely fabulous watercolorists out there. So yeah, definitely check out some of the people on YouTube that do watercolors, professionally or are very good at it. Anyway, I just wanted to say that because I know that, that can be important for people when they're wanting to learn something new. I'm probably not the best to watch if you are really serious about it, because I just don't know very much about watercolor. But I do like to play with them because I love the colors and I love how it's just kind of loose. It's not like super structured, which I really like about it. But yeah, I know that there's obviously better ways probably to do it than the way I'm doing it. I'm just doing it for fun. So, all that being said, hopefully it'll at least be entertaining, if nothing else, or might inspire you to do something with watercolor. It may not be this, it may be something entirely different. But yeah, because they are super fun. That is for sure. Oh, dirty water. I see I even stink at trying to keep my water straight. And I am using my Arteza pan watercolors. Yeesh. It's 36, I believe. I keep wanting to put that in the, yeah, 36 watercolors. And I love them. I think they're great. But again, I'm not a pro, so like, there could definitely be better ones out there. I don't know. Jules is screaming at Theron because he just got home from school. So if you hear her, she's fine. She's just a dingling. Oops, I put that in the, keep doing that. Okay, now this one I'm going to make a tiny bit shorter. And I do kind of want them right next to each other, even though like on the stamp set they're meant to be used obviously separately or whatever, but they're very cute. So do this one in a little bit more of like a reddish brown to be maybe a little bit more like brick or something. And I'm doing wet on wet, so you saw I got my paper wet with clean water first, or as clean as it can be, considering that I keep trying to dip my dirty brush into it. But yeah, so that's what makes that color bleed really good, which I like the look of myself. But you can definitely do it like much more structured if you want. That's just how I like it. But yeah, they're definitely fun to play with. Oh, I did it again, right into the clean. I'm not going to have clean anymore because I'm a dope. I seem to like that shorter jar. I guess I should have used it for the whatchamacallit, dirty. Switched. I should have switched them. Then I wouldn't have been as apt to do that. But that's okay. Just putting a little other color in there because I feel like it. Because I wanna. She just screeches at him all the time. Poor kid. She's just so happy to see him, but it's sometimes it gets like, okay, wow, stop, like it's enough. Which I'm sure you can understand. I'm gonna actually, instead of doing that red and brown right now, I think what I'm gonna do is like, let's see, the red's coming out. This one. Kind of maybe put the windows in a little bit just to get the idea of where they're at. And I probably shouldn't have made those dark in the middle next to each other. I told you I am not great at this, but wanted to play, so that's what I'm doing. Okay, I guess that's not going to work, is it? I'll wait to do the windows until it's dry. Okay. I did it again. Oh my gosh, I am such a dope. Okay, let's do the other one, and it's going to be rounded at the top, so I'm just going to get this in. And then I'll pause and get these dry. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Like, I probably should have made them smaller so that I could make pockets out of them. But it's okay. We're just practicing right now. That's what we'll say. And then I'm going to put a dome on the top of this one, because that's kind of the way that one is in the picture, and I like it. I mean, who knows if I'll even be able to make that work, but we're trying something different. Figured you guys probably could use a break from the journal making, just, you know, for a day. I'll go back to it. I'm not saying I'm not going to go back to it, but sometimes I just need a day to get my brain together too. Okay. It's probably an easier way to do it, huh? I kind of want this to be lighter, so I'm going to try to take some of the color away. Just because I think it's supposed to be kind of like a glass dome, you know? So that would be kind of fun to play with. Just gonna add a little more blue here. A little much water there. Okay. That one I want to get a little bit more in the kind of gray area. I think maybe I'll try a little silver metallic. And I got these, like I said, at Hobby Lobby. And my brushes are, these ones are Arteza. This is an 8 round. I mean, I don't know, I'm not super fancy here. I mean, who knows what these are going to end up looking like, but and maybe just a little bit of black. Not great there. Where did the gold come from? Who knows? It's probably embedded in this brush, like I probably used it to do something with gold. Because I do that. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a good day. I don't think I said that. I apologize. The shadow a little under here. Yeah, this is my second video today, so I'm just trying to get a couple done. Like I said in the last video, I think I try to do a couple at a time, just because I have other stuff that I have to do for my shop, and you know, like I can't cut on the Glowforge and film because it's just too loud. So some days it just doesn't work. Okay, I think I need just a little bit more silver kind of around this part too. Since I have it on that other building, it's looking like all weird by itself or something. Just want to kind of blend it in. I don't want it to be like super duper obvious. Okay. Come across this one with a little darker spot. So it does look like it has some kind of roof. Oops. Okay, I think I'm gonna get that dry, and then I'll come back and we'll add details. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and they're a tiny bit damp, but they're mostly dry. So what I want to do now is kind of add just, this is a foreign language to me, and I can't remember what it is, so I apologize if you know, because I know people have told me, and I'm a ding-dong. So I just want to add some pieces of this here and there because I love the color of it, and I think it'll look a little bit like maybe cracks or something. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just playing around. And so these ideas, you're probably like, well, what in the world are you going to do with that giant thing? Well, that's a very good question, because what am I going to do with it? I don't know that I'll do anything necessarily with this. It may just get glued into my art journal, which is probably what'll happen. But this gives me ideas, and this kind of playing around with stuff is how you can come to figure out new things that you want to use in your journals, you know, on a smaller scale maybe. So that's why I'm doing this, even though it you know, does seem kind of weird, but it's kind of just a play day to work with different ideas. So you could use any old book page, or if you don't have old book page, you could just use like some, you know, maybe deli paper in that kind of crafty color, or craft paper, and maybe stamp on it or something like that. That would be fun. And I don't know what these say either, but just adding a little something here and there. But it's always good to take the time to do random stuff, because sometimes that random thing will end up being like, you know, a really great idea or something that you love doing. Get it right up at that line there. And you could use paper on these, just like we did with the paper little pockets that I made. You could add little doors and windows that way, if you know that, if you're more comfortable doing that. This was actually gifted to me by my friend Denise. Thank you, Denise. I don't think I'll put any up on that glass dome part, or at least that's the way I'm envisioning it. But maybe one up on the roof would be good. So yeah, this one will probably just end up in my art journal as an idea. Just really felt like playing with watercolor. Don't know. Shaking the whole camera, sorry. All right, and then the sketchy parts, I'm just gonna wing, and I'm gonna look at these just to sort of, you know, I'm not gonna do exactly what they do, but just where stuff's at, more like. And I want it to be sketchy. I don't want it to look like super planned drawing. So there can be multiple lines. I'm wondering if this one will work better. That one's very, very thin. And this comes down like right about here. And we're gonna do this line. And there's 3 windows across there, so I think I'm gonna attempt that. So we're gonna go, they're kind of or arched windows. I'm gonna end up with more lines, but that doesn't matter. And I'm gonna come over here and do one just so that hopefully we can kind of get a middle point. I'm trying not to be super anal about it, but I do struggle with that, like wanting it to be perfect, because it's not meant to be. And we're gonna have another row of those. And I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to fit the awning because I did those windows pretty big. But we'll do a door still. Just keeping it sort of sketchy. Well, there you are. You've been sleeping all day. Pasha has graced me with his presence. The cat who is allergic to the outdoors. Hello. He's just standing right behind my feet. I don't know. I might be able to sort of fit the awning here. We'll just have maybe a skinnier awning. I know you're there. I'm sorry. He's rubbing on my legs. Come sort of in at an angle a little bit. And it's got that, of course, the scallop. Sorry, not perfect there. All right, we're gonna do some lines. We'll probably have more lines than what they have because obviously this is a much bigger scale version. Okay. I'm going to color these in a little because I went out of the lines. Okay. I kind of like it though, in a zany way. So let's see. Doors. Pasha. Oh, you guys can hear him with his wheezy, crazy nose. I'm gonna have to take him in again and get another, like steroid shot for him. It's kind of nuts having a cat that wants to be outside all the time, but he's like allergic to it. So I don't know what to do because he gets unhappy if you don't let him out. Wow, those are about the most uneven doors in the world, but hey, they're doors. Okay, I don't have the little smokestacky things, but oh well. Okay, and then this one, I am going to go right through this, even though that's kind of weird because why would you have this crack here? But that's what I'm doing. These are more like, what do they call that when they're, I don't know. That's a big span there, but it's okay. Put this one here. I don't know if I'll do a middle one there. Nice. Nice and super crooked. I guess I should do the one in the middle maybe first. I need one more. It just does. So we could do 3 across here instead because it's like the opposite, but well, I might be able to fit one more here. I think you just have to, and I'm guilty of this as well because like I said, I would prefer it was all perfect, but I can't draw perfect, like especially now that I have the shaky hand thing happening. And I think that's kind of the charm. If you let it go and just do kind of a sketchy thing, I just think, I don't know, I personally like it. If you don't, then I understand because I get it. I do want things to be a certain way, but I'm getting to where I'm liking a little bit of imperfection. It must be the whole junk journal thing. It's just very freeing because it makes you feel like you can do something. You know, it makes you feel like, oh, I can draw or I can paint or whatever if you just let go of that perception that everything has to be perfect. We're going to do the awning on this one too. I think it's about like yay, something like that. That's the technical term, you know. It has kind of a, and then there's doors like that, roughly. And windows over here too, but they're smaller. Oh geez, my son's playing some video game, so I apologize if you can hear it. It's all loud. Shoot 'em up kind of thing. I don't know, he's got one that's like, I don't know, the weirdest looking like space creature things, and he goes on these missions and has to kill them, and I don't even know. Okay, so this one, there's like a little bulb up on top up here, but I didn't do that, so I'm just going to kind of centrally do this sort of a thing, so it looks like it's got like some kind of dome bulb thing up there. That's the technical term, you know, bulb dome thing. Sorry, I'm wiggling everything. Okay, and then we're gonna go kind of down from the center, but with a tiny bit of a curve, and then just to hopefully give it that illusion of being curved. Like this. Like this. And then the outside curve. And we're going to color that edge a little. And hopefully it sort of gives that look. I think what finally got me like okay with some of this is I was watching like professional watercolorists, and there's some that are like super, I don't know, do excellent, like very clear work, and not that others don't, I don't mean that, but they were just sketching out stuff, and it was like, and then when it was finished it was still sort of that sketchy look, and it felt like, oh, it's okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. So that was like my first clue into it doesn't have to be perfect. Oh, nobody ever told me that. So yeah, it doesn't have to be perfect. I didn't know that either. So I don't know, maybe that helps other people, because I always feel like, oh, these artists, they make everything so perfect, you know. So anyway, I don't know, that just helped me. And I mean, there definitely is stuff that is like very like realist, you know, it's very perfect, but or realism, but for a lot of other stuff it can just sort of be loose and fun, and just go with it, just have fun doing it. And it's good to have like a reference, like I'm using these stamps as a reference just to kind of have something to go by, you know, so you're not just trying to make it up, unless you're one of those people that's really good at that, because of course there are people that are super good at just right off the top of their head, you know. I am not one of those. I do need a reference quite often. I mean, I can change it up with a reference, but with no reference I struggle. So we're just going to do another set. Windows here. But yeah, I think we all kind of get it in our head that it all has to be perfect or it's not good art. And I'm getting to where I'm realizing that's really not the case. It can still be very good art and not be just totally perfect. Or it can at least give you, make you take a second look, or I don't know, you know what I'm saying? You're probably like, no, I don't know what you're saying. Come on, you don't get it? What? Okay, and then down here, these doors are just like doors. Double doors. Like that. But there's a dome over the top. Like that. And this comes across. Okay. I'm really liking that. I hope you guys like that, and I hope it made it like okay for it not to be perfect. Unless you like perfect, and then you're gonna be like, that's a train wreck. And you might be right about that, but I like it. So I just want some, like, I feel like I need to add a little more pieces of paper over there on that other side. Kind of have that. Okay. Yep, nobody ever told me it doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah, it needs something over here. but I like it. That was very fun and cathartic. So I suggest giving it a whirl and tell yourself it doesn't have to be perfect, because it doesn't. I know that's difficult, but or at least I struggle with that. Yep. All right. So that's kind of all I got today. But I hope that at least made you feel like it's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect, because yeah, I think that is a huge, like, stumbling point, I feel like, and I have stumbled with it lots. Just now, I'm almost 50. Just now getting to where I'm going, hey, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. So anyhow, I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and love you. Thanks for all your support and kindness, and hope you like this. We'll chat again soon. Bye.